Hi besties, hi bunnies. Coffee's cold, truce brewing, let's hit the road. Just Machado wheel in hand, time to unfold. Early light breaks, coffee chilling in my grip. Hi besties, hi bunnies, join the trip. Cruising mass highway, spilling secrets for hours. 1 to 3 deep, no holds barred, owning our power. Squad's got my back, riding waves through the storm. Besties and bunnies, keeping it warm. Got that wild spark, singing random and free. Keeping the vibe alive, just you and me. Trolls creeping in, haters twisting the feet. Weak shots flying, but they can't plant the seed. Jabbing in my style, my fire, my rise. Obsessed in the shadows, watching with jealous eyes. Drama stirs, calling drift, but facts don't lie. While y'all view my lights touching the sky. Reddit ghosts lurking, basement critique so low. Keep throwing shade, watch this bunny glow. Meow, 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 meow. Hey. Meow, 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 feel it now. Bunny, just Machado show, chasing down the real. Besties and bunnies got that unbreakable seal. Meow, 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 trolls fade away. Truth in the air, lighting up the day. After dark or dawn's first gleam, we claim the throne. Justice rolling, meow, if you're in the zone. Meow. Love to my besties trolls. See a truth awaits. Just Machado show. Buckle up. Meow 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 meow. Feel it now. Meow 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 meow. Feel it now. Meow 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 meow. Feel it now. Meow 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 meow. Bunnies.
Good morning. Why did that? Good morning. Good morning. I guess I do have a K at the end of morning. I don't know. It's the way I pronounce. I don't know. Good morning, Ben Rosa. Good morning. Good morning, Romy. Good morning. Oh, Genuine. Chicago Maria's here. Jenna's here. Pancakes. What a great name. Pancakes. Hi, welcome to the Jess Machado Show. No, wrong. Start over, Jessica, you stupid dumb bitch. Good morning to 20. No, wrong. Also, again, wrong. Welcome to 24 on 24, where we do all things Karen Reed. We talk about everything. I fucked it up again. Jesus. Wow. Wow. Huh. Falling from grace in real time. Good morning. It's the best day of the week. It's Bunny After Dark. I'm your host of this morning drive, Jessica Machado. I don't even know what I'm doing. This all feels discombobulated. My seat isn't proper in this car. It's moved back. Good morning to all of the regulars. Good morning to those of you who are here for the first time. Although my analytics tell me that 70% of you are returning customers. And that just a mere 30% of you are casual viewers who just happen to come upon this. It's like ice in your veins. That's also not the right thing. I was going to say like it's like a shot in your veins. That's also wrong. Oh my God. So please, somebody take this phone away from me immediately. Good morning if you're on the replay crew. Just to let you know you have a chance to stop listening now. Don't do it. Don't listen. I'm late doing this today, and because I got a text message from a friend, and I need to have a phone call. And it was like, can you call? And I was like, fuck, it is like 7:18. And I was just dropping Georgia off, and I was like, okay. And this friend is very a high maintenance, and they don't listen to this. It's a political affiliation and a political friend. They just need a lot of, oh my God, it's the It's the OG bestie. It's the OG bestie. The very first person I called a bestie, who got very upset that I ended up using it as like a tagline thing on my Jess Machado show. So it was the OG bestie. It just tis the season, tis the political season. So now I'm off because I'm starting this at 7:43. I usually start it right at 7:30. We're just behind. I'm not sure what this will look like because I am a creature of habit. So much so this morning, I was talking to Georgia and her friend about my new comforter set, and it's becoming a problem because Reagan is older, so he doesn't climb on the bed as much anymore. But Quincy, he has a little bit of an attachment to Jeffrey, and he likes to climb on the bed. And fine with the old cheap comforter, but not with this one. Sorry. So I love you. You're a good dog, but I want my comforter to be spared. So I kicked him off the bed. I'm training him to go on the dog bed. I'm getting no help in that department because somebody doesn't care if the dog is on the bed. So I'm training him with Cheez-Its to go onto his dog bed. He's got one of those nice dog beds. Anyway, last night he was just pissed off and he wouldn't stay in his bed, probably because Reagan was breathing on him in his own dog bed right across the way. So he got up and he went into Jack's room. Or he wanted to go into Jack's room. He got out of my room and sat in front of Jack's room and cried until I opened the door and let him in. And Quincy is like an all black lab. He's got a tiny, tiny, like half an inch patch of white on his chest. So poor Georgia gets up this morning and she's on the 3rd floor. She has to walk through Jack's room to get out to the bathroom and to the rest of the house. She walked all around the house looking for Quincy because she gives him hugs every morning. Couldn't find him, but he was on Jack's comforter, which is like dark navy blue, in his room with no lights on and like shade darkening curtains, and she couldn't find him. And she came in my room. She's like, "Mom, I can't find Quincy." And I'm like, "He's on Jack's bed." But speaking of creature of habit, we started talking about the bed and how particular I am and how much I enjoy when Jeffrey doesn't sleep in bed because he will sleep like either in the office if he's up late or on the couch. If he felt like I enjoy that. Thank you. I really, really enjoy my space and my comforter, everything to be just so. And I'm not sure what everybody else's sleeping habits are, but I suspect you all have some. I do the same single solitary thing every night before I go to bed, and it's been that way. I mean, I try to think about when I lived in other places, did I have the same type of routine? I mean, I think a little different, but I can't say that I had it, beyond like the 10 years I've lived in this house. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but this house, I believe, is officially, it'll be 10 years. It is the longest I've ever lived in a house my whole life. And, I'm not really sure if that like makes me like a very well-adjusted person or what kind of benefits people have that have been in the same space for a very, very long time. Like there could be people listening today that live in their childhood home and they live there their whole lives. And then now they're still there as adults. I don't know. There may be people that are very nomadic, and I have never really thought too much about it, but the lack of stability in where I live it's unfortunate, Thankfully, my children have had some stability in regards to that. You know what I mean? But I haven't. It's very unfortunate. Let's get a coffee. Still have the Christmas. Hi, can I do a large iced white chocolate pistachio made with whole milk? That is it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Oh, it's Jack's friend again. It's so weird to hear him. I forgot to tell Jack about that. Just the accusation is crazy. Wait, what are you talking about, Ben Rosa? 5150 called into what? What happened? Somebody fill me in. So last night, okay. As you know, I have new. James' show was a shit show, JFK. I don't know who it was, but somebody gifted me a goddamn membership to James Jackson's show. I got an email and it said, congratulations. Oh, God. What? So I get an email last night and it's like, congratulations, you've been gifted a blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I don't want this. Who did this to me? I don't want it. Okay, so if you texted me about this, thank you so much. So, okay, I have my other phone and I left my other phone upstairs. I read the text messages. I don't know how to explain this to you all. I have like 100 texts. I'm not kidding. We are way beyond what it used to be. It way beyond. It used to be like, I'd have a couple and then I ramped up and I got maybe like 10 or 20. I literally have hundreds of text messages. Today, I just want to let you know, it is literally on my agenda to just sit and respond to every text message on the phone. So there's that. So if you sent it to me, I maybe looked, but I haven't read them because it's over. I mean, I don't know. No, you can text the other phone. You can text the other. I will get it. You can text me all you want. Just know that it will take me either a long time to read and or respond. So there's that. This is what we got the other phone for. Just absolutely just do that. So text all you want to the other phone. Number 2, I get this James Jackson thing and I'm like, who the fuck did this? I'm not taking that bait. No, thank you. And I don't know if they sent it like it literally when I know I never respond. I don't know if they sent this while this live stream was going. Now that you guys are saying that there was a live stream, maybe they sent me this to kind of like get me to go over and watch. I don't know what to tell you. I don't watch their show. I don't even know when they're on. Like, I just don't have notifications. No. I don't know what's going on with those people. You guys are doing the heavy lifting and you're listening. I pay no attention to that. So don't. In my opinion, like my take is this. If something truly egregious gets said on these channels, Aiden will talk about it. And I watch Aiden's show. I didn't watch it last night. I got to catch up to it. Do you know what I mean? But like, it'll eventually make its way to me. I can't lower myself to this. Do you know what I mean? You can, if you've got nothing to do, but like, I'm not allocating time. What's up? Nice to see you again.
Yep.
You even got that society hoodie.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep. It's cold. I mean, what do you want?
Listen, I know I can't, no heater or anything.
There's heat in here.
Yeah.
It's just
Sucks.
I open the window. It's letting me back in.
Yeah.
It's not fun. You straw?
No straw.
Okay. Getting there right now.
Thank you. You know what? I got Julia a society hoodie for Christmas. I got Julia a society hoodie from here. Maybe I should get one. So Ruby C, thanks for asking the question. So what actually happened? Someone give me Cliff Notes version. And by the way, I don't have my tablet in here because I was working last night. I'll tell you. So we'll come back to the James Jackson thing in a second. So what did they do? It was on James Jackson's channel. So James Jackson has a channel. This isn't the same as the JFK one. Okay, James Jackson has one too. They both have one. Great. So Melanie's like, be like me. I live in my bubble. Some guy, Alex, goes to James Jackson's channel, accused Ray from Dallas of being a child. Okay, awesome. So listen. Thank you. Have a great day. Oh, this one looks good. This one looks like it was just made just right. Hold on. Good morning, true crime fangirly. Come on in. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to let you go. Go. Oh, wait. It had to do. Meredith was there. Say no more. 5150 was there. Say no more. Done. Don't care. Listen, anything associated with that woman, stay away from it. Just, how long have we been going through this? Just, nobody knows Ray from Dallas. Nobody's met Ray from Dallas. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about 5150. Nobody cares. Manuel was there too. Okay, so it's all the clown players, it's all of the weirdos, it's all the, you know what? I saw a reel last night on Instagram, and I gotta find it. I actually think, did a bestie send it to me? Somebody sent me something, and I don't know where it was because, again, like, I don't know. But it was basically like, the people who hate on me are never like awesome, good people. Like Melanie Gore in the chat is never like on X, like writing shit about me. Like good, decent people are never the ones that come at you. It's always the weirdos. It's always the people that do weird shit. Do you know what I mean? It's never normal people. It's always weirdos. Nan is a weirdo. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, Nan is weird, correct? You know that? I know that Nan's weird. Brian's weird. Mike Crawford is weird. Like, it's always weirdos that do weird things. Trust me, you're going to want to hear the 5150. Like, what? So what could she possibly say that I need to hear? Like, what? So let me get this. Well, I can't pivot from this because we're already in it. So like, everybody is weird but us. I don't know. Pull out the straight jackets. Yes. Like somebody just said 5150 is like doing like a talk show circuit. Like, yeah. Listen, I would like to reset the worlds that we're in to go back to the world before we knew who James Jackson and JFK was. There was a time where we didn't know who these individuals were. I would like to do a factory reset on that and just go back to that, because since they have come around into the worlds of this, what have they done to like enhance or make anything better? Okay. I'm going to say the only thing, Kevy Kev occasionally does a dance that's kind of funny. What have they brought to the table here? Are they bringing laughs? Are they bringing education? Like, what the fuck are they bringing to the table? What is Meredith bringing to the table other than absolute fucking drama and fear? Meredith has essentially made people fear her. Like, that's what you've done. You got dumped and you have turned into a person that people are actually scared of. They're scared you're going to dox them. They're scared that you're going to share their screenshots of their text messages. They're scared that you're going to dig up bad parts of their lives that they have hidden in the comfort of the past. They're scared that you're going to oust, some sort of like relationship they have with someone else. They're scared that you're going to pick and pull apart things that make you vulnerable and share them so that you get shamed and made fun of. Everybody is fucking scared of you, Meredith. Everybody is scared of you. Everybody looks at your shit and watches because they're wondering, is today the day that she's going to do something about me? I know. I live that. I know. And I'm not even saying like it's a legit fear. Like, I don't even care. Like, I'm pretty confident there's nothing in the police reports. I've never been arrested and like, there may be moments where I'm saying things like about other people and I'm scared about what's going on in my life. And I'm like saying like A, B, and like, it's like, why do you want to live just to fuck everybody? What did everybody fucking do to you in this world? You got dumped by a guy that you saw out while he was in jail. Like, what I'm saying here is, I talk about balance all the time. If you're going to come and do this, you better balance it with this. If you're going to do that, you better balance it with that. It's just like, it's taking an emotional toll on your soul, I think. So the James Jackson, I'm not going there. I'm not watching their shit. It's never even entertaining. Now, maybe there is a subgroup of people that find like what they talk about outside this drama entertaining. Okay, it just doesn't appeal to me. So just the answer is no. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't give. What do you give? What are you giving? What you're doing is you're taking peace of mind. You're taking happiness. It's just, I mean, I will do this. I will do these rants. I will yell into my phone, but I'm going to try to balance it out. I'm going to talk about some wholesome shit, I think. Very conscientious of that. Which reminds me, now that I have all of these tools, I can choose to use them for good or I can choose to use them for evil. And so last night, I made this video. I had the idea, having all of these new tools, including the tablet, including my laptop, which, by the way, my laptop is sick. My laptop, the screen flips backwards and it turns into like a big iPad. It's always touchscreen. I mean, it's just really great. Somebody sent me a message about what laptop to get. I wish I could remember who sent it. Get the OmniBook and get the more expensive one. There's 3 versions, I think, of the OmniBook, HP OmniBook. Get the most expensive one. Splurge. Hard for me to say, but best thing I did. This guy's not going to fit in this driveway, but that's, well, oh, he did it. Wow. Just get it. Anyway, I have this thing where before I would have these ideas in my head, like, oh, I want to make a video like this, but I didn't have the tools. And now I have them. And so I had in my head this idea. I wanted to make a video of Menners on that rant about me, calling me a bitch, but I wanted it to be his voice, but Alf in the background. And like, I took my tablet and I screen recorded Alf talking on TV. And then I just voiced overed the Menners thing. And I made a video, and I'm like, I was so proud. So I showed my husband. He was in the kitchen. Hold on. Oh, two. I was in the kitchen and I had just finished it, and I showed it to my husband, and I said, look at what I did. And I was all proud. And Jeff was like, who's this guy calling you a bitch? And I was like, oh, it's like the Minifan guy, the Australian. He goes, okay, but he's not being funny. He's calling you a bitch. And I don't know, like, I don't take Menners seriously, but my husband, I guess, first time really hearing it, he was like, nobody respond to J401 with JJ's channel. Don't give him anything. Go find it yourself. So Jeff kind of got a little pissed off, and he like listened to the whole thing. And he was just like, okay, and you're handling this? And I was like, I'm handling it. But I was so proud of the video, I didn't really think about the actual content. And Jeff was not loving that. He was not loving it. So I made that little video, which I'll show tonight because we're gonna show it. But I also had been trying, not trying. I secretly hoped someone would just do it for me. Like, make a compilation of some of my funniest stuff, right? Or fun moments from the show. No such luck. So last night I made dinner. What did we make for dinner last night? Let me think about this for a second. What did I make for dinner last night? Oh, we made 3 different things for dinner last night. We made American chop suey for Jack and for Jeff. For Georgia, we made a salad. She has a very particular way that we make a salad. It is romaine hearts with pepper jack cheese, sliced pepperoni cut into pieces, a chicken cutlet, breaded chicken cutlet, cold, crumbled up wheat thins, and Olive Garden Italian dressing. So we make that. And then I made these. I saw them at the market, and I just knew that I was going to love them. And indeed, I do. They are these chicken teriyaki meatballs with like, listen, I don't know. There's some sort of like healthy stuff for you. Whatever. The front of it has a bunch of numbers on it, protein, calories, all the shit like that. So I'm sure it's great. It's just basically chicken with pineapple and teriyaki, and they're just little chicken meatballs. But I make those, just put them in a frying pan, and cook them. They're frozen. And then I had bought some fresh pineapples, so I cut up little pieces of that, and I got pea pods, and I just steamed those. And so, to be honest with you, I've been eating that. It's the second day. It's just, I don't know. I get weird. Like, I do weird things with my food when I'm just eating what I want. I'm on a weight loss journey. What do you want from me? So I make all the dinners, and Jack is working on, I don't know, he's writing a song. Georgia was going upstairs to kind of do her hair and her lashes and things because she starts work today. And Jeff was playing his guitar, and I was like, you know what? No one needs me. I know this sounds like a crazy notion, but like, I like to make myself available to my family every night. After I cook dinner, I sit in the living room. I either watch what my husband's watching. If it's sports, I'll watch sports, or I've got my phone or whatever. Like, I'm always downstairs, especially like in those critical times, like right after dinner, like 6:30, 6:45, like very rare for me to like go up and hold myself in a room unless I've got a show. So I just said, does anybody need me? Because I'm going to go work. And I went into my office and I sat on my fucking tablet and I put all my live videos and I hit oldest first. I went all the way back and I went to each show and remembered or thought of what was on that show that I remembered and then clipped it. And then I went through every fucking show and found at least one thing from each show and then put them all together in a video. And then I put like a song behind it and made a video. Problem is, it's like 9 minutes long. So here I was thinking it was going to be like a fun little compilation, but turns out we have a catalog of good times behind us. It wasn't something that would be just 2 minutes long or 3 minutes long. It's 9 minutes worth of laughs. 9 minutes 9 minutes of me saying crazy shit. So I think what we've got to do is we've got to debut it, and then we're going to have to completely cut it down to like a 2-3 minute thing. Also, not that it's a problem, but this song that we have right here that like starts this show, it's good for 24 on 24, besties and bunnies. But that's not Bunny After Dark style. So now I'm going to, hi everybody. Thank you. Good morning. They're digging out all of this. They're widening the roads. It's not. Do you see me here? Nobody sees me here. Hold on. Hold on a second. What are the chances I'm coming down the street and on one side a truck is backing up, and on the other side a truck is backing up? Both of them. So I actually have, is it Toy? What is her name? Our chat rat lady that makes all the songs. I'm going to pay her. I need her to make me a Bunny After Dark song. It's got to be sexier and edgier. The meow, 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 meow. This is like light and funny. It works for the Saturday show. It doesn't work for Bunny After Dark. Bunny After Dark needs to be a little bit more whorish, if you ask me. Right? It's the meow, 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 meow is fine. But like when you watch Bunny After Dark, the disclaimer has already been out there. Like it's not a fun family show. I love the song. It's just not a Bun After Dark song. So we're going to have to reach out to the queen and ask her if she could put together another songy song. Because Bunny After Dark is its own thing. So I made this video. The next thing that we're going to do for Bunny After Dark tonight is, I said it the other day, I was like, we should rank the villains, right? We're going to rank the villains. And I had in my head this idea of ranking the villains like Disney style, like Disney villains, right? And so I've been working through it in my head, and I get a text message from fucking Auntie Deb and says, I would like to rank the villains with you. And I'm like, of course you would. Of course you would like to rank the villains with me. So we have to actually work on that today, because I think that's what we're going to do. As much as I don't love having guests, I actually like having a little bit of a guest. Kane is going to be on the show tonight. We are not talking about KMS anything. We're not doing anything at all. I have a specific thing planned for Kane. Kane doesn't get to come into our show and like dictate it. If Kane would like to join us, it is on our terms. This is a one-way relationship, one-sided relationship. And we're in an abusive relationship, Kane and I, right? Kane cannot have any say in what we do. Kane cannot give a suggestion. He can't. It's simply like, you're here at our disposal. We use you And that's it. Yes, we are the abusers in this relationship. 100%. He's the sub. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that, but that we were leaning towards that already, and we're not breaking up with him. We're not even in a relationship with him. It's not that way. It's just, you still don't understand. Listen, he is our pet that we keep locked in a cage in the basement, and we take him out every Wednesday. And then when we're done, we put him back in. And that's it. It's just, don't worry about it. He gets no say. We are in complete control. He does what we want. His happiness on my show is never, ever what I'm thinking about. I don't care about how happy he is when he's on. Like, your happiness is that you are just on there, that I'm using you on my show. Like, that's it, Kane. Like, you better find happiness in that. That is it. Like, you do what, you just do what I say. Good morning, Gina Leahy. You might want to step out. He's the nice guy stuck in the friend zone. No, he's not even that. No. He's, I think we were leaning towards this anyway. I said, like, in the beginning, I was like, oh, he's like our pet. It's just a little bit darker than that. So you want to come on? Come on. But you don't get say, you don't have any control. Why are we bothering him with him? Well, hold on. Hold that thought. Because now it's to prove a point. Certainly, I want Kane to improve his first of all, it was Kane's birthday yesterday. Second of all, he did a show last night, and I sent Kane some suggestions, and don't you know, the man did them. He changed a little bit of decor in the background. He got the microphone away from his face so we can see his mouth. And it already looked and sounded a little bit better with a couple of suggestions. And I love that. So, like, between us, like, that, we want him to succeed. We want him to have the best show, because they basically threw me to Kane because they thought he sucked. And actually, Kane has the potential to do great, but we need to help him. But we're not spending too much time on it. That's the main thing. And by principle, now, like, they win if I cut him loose, like, right? So we can't let them win, these losers. We can't let Menners and the Pat Fords of the world win. Okay? Warmer Lights, PBR, you got it. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So, like, do you know what I mean? So, like, I'm happy to have met him, and he is a very nice person. And I think that there's going to be real opportunity for some funny moments. We'll see tonight. So don't worry about it. Like, this is the only bit of the KMS world that we are even a part of. Okay. That's it. And also, we need to stay adjacent in case Kirk ever comes back. I want to hear him call me a pig cunt again on his show. So we got to keep it going. But in all honesty, like, I'm rooting for Kane. Put that all aside. He is our slave in the show on Money After Dark. This is why Money After Dark isn't a feel-good thing. I'm sorry, but Kane is our pet. We keep him in a cage. We take him out. We give him a little bit of attention, and then we put him back in. We cover the cage with a blanket and slide it underneath the stairs until next Wednesday. Okay? I tried that with my comforter. I put another comforter on top of my comforter, and it's still dog furry. No thanks. We do really like Kane. I'm being facetious. We do like Kane. Did somebody just say get him a collar? Holy shit. We do love Kane. We do. We want him to succeed. We do like Kane. And honestly, they shit all over Kane. And like we have to defend him all the time. And instead of getting in for tit for tat, the way we defend him is we watch his show. We get into the chat. We bring him back on. We do fun skits. Like, it's great. You're shitting on him now. Don't just listen to me, please. What do you want? Do you want me to say that Kane is doing an amazing show and it's riveting and it's perfect and it looks great? The answer is no to all of that. No to all of that. It needs, like if Menners, right, is supposed to be like this guy in charge of all of these shows, right? Then you know what he should do? He should fucking help them. So he should look at them and say, like, here's how your show could improve, or match him up with somebody else who has a show that looks and sounds good, and like say, hey, work with him. But what Menners does is Menners does fucking shows with no shirts on. So there's no chance of survival here. There's nobody that can succeed under Menners' rule. Menners sucks bad, like terrible. His show is terrible. It doesn't matter if he does these AI graphics. It doesn't matter if he brings on somebody to run the show, a producer. It doesn't matter. It's bad. So if that's the top, Kane doesn't even have a chance. He is like in the foster care system. We have to help him. We have to take him and help him. We don't care about Kane. Oh, Jesus. We care about Kirk. We don't care about the KMS stuff. We care about Kirk. But if you care about Kirk and you like Kirk's show, which I'm sorry, I'm never going to give up that I like Kirk. His voice, I like his voice. I like how he talks. I like how he yells. It is just my thing. I like it. Just, it's okay. I understand it frustrates all of you. What are you going to leave? You're not going to watch me anymore? Listen, we're not treating Kane like it's like KMS is his identity. He can do that. That's fine. But we're not treating him like that. Kane's going to come on the show tonight and it has nothing to do with anything about KMS. Just, it has nothing to do. I have something for him. It's just, it has nothing to do with it. So there's that. We are going to put, this is note now, the Menners rant about me where he calls me a bitch and he says all these things about me. This has nothing really to do with KMS. It would be if anybody else did or said something about me. For example, let's go back. This is going back months, but let's see. Jimmy was on a show recently. Who is this lady? What the fuck is her name? It's two ladies. One is a lady and one is a lesbian. He was on a show. You guys will know the name of it. Right? Lavoie is the lady's last name, I think. Lavoie. Trying to think about it. Anyway, he went on this okay, Something's Off, that's the name of the show. Okay. Rebecca, thank you. So if you've been watching me since last year when I started, somebody sent me a random random clip of this woman and that other person, that other lady, shitting all over me. Mel, thank you. And I did not know who these people were. I didn't know anything about them. And I pulled up the clip, I think, and I was like, I basically went off on these people. I was like, who the fuck are these people talking? Like, I don't know these people. They were just absolutely mean. Like, so like if Menners wasn't attached to KMS and this clip came across my lap and somebody sent it to me, I would be doing the same thing. I would be addressing it. If somebody who like I just don't go after, or I have not never said a bad word about Menners or anything. Like even as we were navigating through this stuff or whatever, everything was kosher. Like it's not newsworthy, so to speak, but it's definitely enough for me where I'm going to play it for you. Like this guy just went off on a complete rant, calling me a bitch, saying all this stuff about me that's not even true. So keep the KMS part of it out of it. Just pretend he's just like somebody on the internet with no fans and no views that said shit about me. And so we'll discuss it, but that's it. So, Jimmy was on their show and they said positive things about Jess. That may be the case. It wasn't like that last fall. So I'll be honest with you, it was so not memorable. I don't remember what it was at the time, but it was like, they called me like a racist or bigot or something like that. I'm not even really sure. I didn't watch the show with Jimmy. I don't like, just to show like what kind of a person I am. Like I was told that he was on that show. I don't care. Like those people cannot like me and like Jimmy. Like I don't care about that. And Jimmy can go on their show and I'm not going to meet, like, unless they're on their show to shit talk me, then it's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. They're raging liberals. So yeah, I think it's just some base part of that they, yeah, I don't know. But my point of bringing it up is like, at the time somebody sent it to me and I was like, okay, let's discuss this or whatever. They wanted to be a part of the Karen, 100%. They wanted to be part of the Karen Reed thing. Definitely there were some people that were trying to like make their mark or come up with their thing and be a part of it or whatever. So she straight up said that she can't stand Jess. I must have been something egregious. I don't really remember it too much, but I know that it was just like, it was enough to get my attention where I was just like, let's blow this up. Does the 10K views not apply to Menners, or are we just not doing that anymore? I love that you're holding me accountable to that. I would just like to share my video of Menners talking about me over a clip of Alf talking, and that's it. I think it was actually, I'm not sure if it was around the New Hampshire thing, but I actually think it had to do with, they mentioned, do you remember one of my first shows? I had the president of the Fall River Gay Coalition or something on my show, and we kind of got back and forth in it a little bit. So I think it was around that time. What was the 10K views thing? We don't talk about anybody unless they get 10,000 views on a video or a post. It was basically me saying like, the people who were hating on me were not worth my time because they don't even get 10,000 people to follow them. The Minifan Network is gaining. They have 8,000 followers. Cajun Butterfly remembers that. Yeah. That's a dumb rule. I can't, I don't know. I can't control what gets into my mind or what is interesting to me or what I want to talk about. I can't control it. Currently, I'm not going to lie. I can't lie for the sake of like saving face. The statements were so egregious, like that I like try to get people elected for myself. Why would I get people elected for myself? It's to better my state and my community and my party. Like what? And he called me a bitch, like, but in a mean way, like in an incel kind of way, you know? So I don't know. Anyway, as I was saying, we're going to rank villains tonight in some sort of like Disney villain princess style thing. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I've got to work on it today. I worked on my video compilation and I was laughing so hard at some of the things. Some of the things are just very funny. There's some very funny moments over the past. When did we start this? Last week of August, September, October, November, December, January, 6 months. Some very funny six months worth of funny stuff. And I was laughing. And anyway, that stupid video took me hours to make because like I clicked on every single show and like had to kind of skim through it. And then I would be like, oh, I remember what this was about. And then sometimes, yes, tonight we're ranking villains, not KMS villains, just villains. Who would be on the list of villains? Obviously, Neanthrax is on the villain list, right? Oh, merch. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, it's not KMS. No more of that. We did our part on that. Cryford. I mean, does Cryford even qualify to be a villain? Does Cryford even qualify with such low T energy? Do you know what I mean? I'm not sure. It's kind of like you think somebody is a villain, but you got to leave some people off because they're like, so again, we have to go through all of the Disney villains and match them up with the villains in this arena. Like, what kind of a villain is really Mike Crawford in the Disney villain era? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, who's Jafar in this? uh, so, you know what I mean? Like, is Crawford Scar? Crawford can't be Scar. You know what I mean? Like, where does LTL fit in this? Like, what kind of Disney villain is LTL? You know, where does Altman fit in? You know, like, is she Cruella de Vil? Is she? I saw Ursula. Like, is she Ursula? Where do all of the villains? Stop it. So we have to rank all of them as a villain. So I see you all understand where I'm going with this, right? We have to match them up and then we have to rank them. So it's just, I thought of this. What's the parrot from Aladdin? What's it? Right. 5150 is the snake from the Jungle Book. Iago. We may bring out the dry erase board for this. And use that. Like, who's Gaston? Like, who is Gaston? Who is Scar? Who is Jafar? Who is... I'm trying to think of, like, there's so much. Who are you? Like, oh, the hunter who kills Bambi. Like, not Bambi, Bambi's dad or Bambi's mom. Like, there's so much potential here for... There's just potential. So we have to work on this. So that's tonight. So we have that as well. Who's is it Maleficent? How do you say that? TT is Cruella? Oh man. There is so much potential. I agree. So I have some notes. Anyway, Jimmy would like to join on that. And so I would like to have him contribute. Now, I did talk to him about this yesterday. It's possible this motherfucker has already come up with the whole goddamn skit. All I did was say, like, we're going to rank like Disney villains. And he's like, say less. So who knows? All I did last night. You do understand that the last time I had him on my show for a skit like this was when we did the seance. And all I said to him is, we're going to do a seance about Nan. And that was it. There was no collab. We didn't talk. We didn't, nothing. He literally just showed up with everything that he had, with the incense burner, with the $500 super chat flying across the screen, with the candle. Like, so I don't know. I said, yes, come on the show. Let's rank them Disney villain style. Who knows? He may have something. I didn't talk to him for the rest of the day. Who knows what he's doing? Who knows? K. Peter is Scar and the hyenas are Twisted Tragedies. Yes, he's most definitely plotting and scheming. Who's Captain Hook? I don't know. There's a lot of potential here. So when you ask what am I doing today, it's planning for the best show of the week. So that's all that. So that's tonight. Also, Best in Show last evening at Westminster Dog Show. Naniel didn't win again. Good morning, Moons Over My Hammy. Good morning, Ben Rosa. He probably has costumes ready. Okay, so let's think about something completely separate now. Let's move on from that. Can I just tell you something that happened yesterday? And it's like a little bit. Just keep all your thoughts for tonight. Keep all your creativity. Get it ready for later. Okay, can I just tell you something that happened yesterday? Okay, so I don't know if anybody knows this, but I used to work for Fall River Reporter, okay? And then I got fired and I went on and became independent journalist extraordinaire, Jessica Machado. Okay, so my old boss who owns Fall River Reporter, he also owns New Bedford Guide. And he has essentially made Fall River Reporter and New Bedford Guide the premier news source down in Bristol County. The Herald News, which is legacy media, it's owned by Gatehouse or whatever, like they just can't compete with Fall River Reporter. If you live in this area in Bristol County and you hear on Facebook about something happening, you go straight to Fall River Reporter or you go to New Bedford Guide. They have absolute up to the minute news. They get everything. They are fast. There's zero paywalls. No stories have a paywall behind them, and they have basically dominated the news down in this area. Okay. What they didn't have was what I did, which was like investigative journalism and stuff. And they don't have that anymore since I've left. But it was possible that this is all that just worked for them or whatever. So my old boss, Mike Sylvia, his goal was to basically take out the Herald News, and he did that. But one of his other longer goals was to purchase the local AM radio station WSAR. Now, I worked at WSAR very briefly. I was a fill-in host for a show for like six weeks, 1 or 2 days a week. I can't remember. I barely did, like, I maybe did like 7 or 8 shows, and I was too Republican, too conservative, and the owners really wanted to control the narrative down here. Listen, it wasn't that big of a deal. Like, it was just like a tit thing. It was nothing, right? I was a stay-at-home parent. I worked a couple of shifts. WBSM is where I had my radio show. So that's the AM radio out in the New Bedford area. WSAR is the one in Somerset, Fall River. Well, my boss, in conjunction with Cliff Pont, who is a city councilor and a real estate guy down here, purchased WSAR from the Carams. And the Carams are like a family down here that very, very wealthy, own a lot of businesses. I mean, I don't know. It's associated with like success down here, the Carams, right? Three brothers, Skippy, Bobby, and Jimmy. And Skippy just passed away. And so whatever the situation is, they just bought it. So it was announced that it was purchased. They were going to be running the day-to-day operations over there until the sale was complete and final. There is a guy, his name is Bobby Kudo. Bobby Kudo started a show called the Bobby Kudo Podcast. If you follow me, some of you may know I was invited to be a guest on the Bobby Kudo show. And Bobby Kudo has a studio and the best of the best equipment. He has a producer. He has wonderful lighting, sound, multiple cameras. He has a space. He has all the toys. I don't know what this guy does in his real life, like what he does for jobs. This is his hobby, and he just like pours all of his money into it. Okay. And it's like, he's got all of the things. Now, the little backstory before I went on Bobby Kudo show, he had asked me to come on the show. I did a little work. He actually dated a friend of Erin's, okay, and not a fan. But he asked me to come on, and you know, Erin gave it her blessing. She came with me, and aside from the fact that the camera angles make me look like an orca, I went in there basically, how do I say this? He gets an A for effort, but the interview wasn't exactly what I would have wanted it to. I have high standards for people when it comes to interviews. As you can tell, like my interview with Aiden, right? I knew that if I had Aiden on my show, I could ask him the same questions that everybody else asks him, and it would just fall flat, be boring or whatever. And I knew, like, okay, we've got to mix it up. We've got to do something different. So we revisited the first interview that he did from jail, which was actually just, it ended up being like a really great interview. It was interesting. It had unexpected moments. There were poignant moments. It was great. The interview with Bobby Kudo and me, I would just basically feel like the best way to describe it is like I dominated the interview. I controlled it. I talked. Even at the end, I was just like, I don't know. It is what it is. I didn't love it. But Bobby Kudo was ramping this up during election season last fall in Fall River. And he was getting all of these political candidates to come on his show. And I actually liked that for him. I thought, like, this is great. Like, get the experience, get the opportunity to interview people. And he definitely had that, like, wow, can't believe I interviewed you, Jess Machado. This is a big deal. Can't believe I interviewed this person. It's such a big deal. And I loved watching him, like, kind of like, you know, I don't know, like, branch out or whatever. Per usual, I don't watch any of Bobby Kudo's stuff. I barely watched mine. And I just don't have the time. And it is just not interesting to me where I'm going to use my free time to do it. As I've said before, I strictly watch Aiden because that's very interesting to me. And I also have added Jimmy to my list, but I don't have time to watch the Bobby Kudo show. And so Bobby Kudo is not in competition with me. Like, I'm not in competition with Bobby Kudo. He just exists down here and does his thing or whatever. So yesterday he puts up this video. It got sent to me by someone. So I went to his page and sure enough, it was there. And it was like him saying he was going into WSAR and he was going to be a guest host on a show there. And my old boss is in the video, and apparently Bobby Kudo gets kicked out. And the guy who owns the station that's selling it to my old boss made a call to my old boss and said he didn't want Bobby Kudo on the radio there or whatever. And I don't know. I'm not really sure what this is all about. It's actually a very small part of why I'm telling you this. But he's insisting that it's legit. He's insisting that this wasn't a setup. I actually felt like it was a setup. Like, I felt like, because he came out and he did an interview. I mean, he had a camera. Somebody was recording him. They were recording him on his way in. He's like, oh, we're at WSAR. This is a lifelong dream to be on the radio. I'm so excited. Come on, let's go in. And then there's like video and there's music behind it. Like, it's produced. And he's like, you see him sitting down. He's got the headphones on. And then you see my old boss, Mike. And Mike goes, Jimmy doesn't want you on the air. And then it clips to him outside talking to the camera. And he's like, well, you know, this station isn't great. And, you know, this is why. And I was kicked out and blah, 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 blah. And it made it sound like to me, like this was like the prelude to like another thing where they come in and they're just like, we've got new owners now. We're all about First Amendment and blah. It felt that way. They're insisting that it's not. My key takeaway here is that he said something along the lines of like, he is the best podcaster in the area. And like, why wouldn't you want the best podcaster in the area? And I just want to say, Bobby, that is a very, very aggressive statement. Very aggressive statement. And I would just like to let you know that that crown belongs to me and not you. And you have a lot of fucking work to do to catch up. And I just need to say that. It's okay. Like, in your little space and time that you think that that is it and that you are the best. You are not. You are not. Number one, you're not. And number two, you're not. And so I love that for you, that like you think that you are. And I think it's because like nobody is like checking you on this. But that's it. I know that was a long story to get to the point, but you are not the best. I don't know. I have to go back and listen to it. I think instantly I heard it and I was just like, oh, okay. Like, am I adding you to the list? Okay. Got it. What do you mean you're the best podcast? What do you mean? What do you mean you're the best podcaster? What? Where was there an award ceremony? Did you get a title that I didn't know about? Sir. If I have to like pivot and come back down here and remind some people of some stuff, we can do that. I love a little competition. Anyway, thoughts and prayers to Bobby Kuda. Listen, it'll be great for him if I start going down this road. You'll get a lot more views. Okay. So Runkle's not a villain. What? Bobby Kudo has 280 subscribers on YouTube. Correct. So it's giving LTL. It's giving LTL. Listen, you can exist and you can do what you want, but when you start saying like you're the best podcaster, just back it the fuck up, sir. Back it up. Do you want to do corresponding live streams at the same time? Like what do you mean? Like don't be so flagrant with that. 180. Oh God. Anyway. These males and the delulu over their confidence are crazy. Okay, next thing. I saw a little bit on here in the chat. Please, like the Savannah Guthrie mom situation, I have to admit, it started off this. I'm sure you all felt the exact same way because we're all alike. At first, it was like her mom is elderly. She lives in Arizona. She probably wandered away from home. And so for the first like half of a day, it had the basic shock value of it's Savannah Guthrie's mom and her mom is missing. So that it basically, say you're 84 or 83 years old, that's where I was at. And so it had that basic, like, sad, okay situation, right? Then it turned into they believe that there were things at the scene that made them feel like there was a crime scene. And so then I was like, huh. So then it changed. Then we were changing like how we thought about this. So just to let you know, it is now graduated to I am typing in Savannah Guthrie's mom in my search bar now because now I want to know if something happened. So then there was blood at the crime scene. And I believe the Sun, it's always the European websites like Daily Mail and the Sun. They have actual photos of the blood drips like in front of the house. So there's that. And so now we're intrigued. Then yesterday, TMZ says that they got a ransom note. Instantly, my first mind thought to, I really hope some far right crazy isn't taking her hostage because Savannah Guthrie is part of mainstream media and pushes a liberal woke agenda. Like, I hope that that's not what we're dealing with here. So there's that. So then I'm still intrigued. And now TMZ wasn't the only one to get a note. Son-in-law is a possible suspect now. Savannah's sister's husband. They took Savannah Guthrie's sister's car. So yeah, so now this is just a crazy, crazy story. And so, wow, this is crazy, the brother-in-law. So, number one, why is Savannah Guthrie's mom living alone at that age? That's that. But anyway, so now my mind is thinking, so somebody said, I think I saw a news report that Savannah Guthrie wasn't going to be covering the Winter Olympics, right? So there's that. But my take is, I wonder if Savannah Guthrie will ever even come back. Do you know what I mean? I wonder if she is going to have a moment here where she is just like, I am all done. Do you know what I mean? Like, you've made your money, like, you've had something like this happen, like, maybe you just don't come back from it. You know what I mean? So I just wonder if she's going to come back at all. Like, if her mom is still alive, who knows? I'm not sure. As every day goes on, I'm assuming you think that that's not the case. I saw that her pacemaker stopped syncing with her watch, so that's concerning. So I don't know. I guess I'm wondering if she's going to come back, if she's not going to come back. It's definitely got my attention. Again, like I Googled it first thing this morning. I was like, do we have any updates? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? Which also reminds me of like Matt Lauer. Like, Matt Lauer is just gone. You know what I mean? Like, and I was one of those people that really dug into that whole story because I really, really liked Matt Lauer on air. And I was one of those people where I was like, if I'm going to have to resolve in my mind that Matt Lauer is gone, right? And we lost that, like, now this was in the era where we still weren't as attached to our phones as we currently are. Obviously, it just keeps getting worse, right? The phones just keeps getting worse. But there was still some sort of like value in the Today Show. It used to be when I would get up in the morning with my children, whether I was nursing my children or getting them ready for school, the Today Show was on in the background. It became less and less prevalent and more of a background noise. But the consistency of like Matt Lauer's voice was a comfort thing for me. And I won't like deny that. And Savannah Guthrie was obviously a part of that. But the fact that Matt Lauer was just essentially gone wasn't a good thing for me. I like really had an issue with that. And so I really dug into that, like that whole thing. I probably read, like, these are the stories that really got me. Like the Hunter Biden laptop stuff really got me. The Matt Lauer situation really got me. And I did, I just read a lot about it. And, my thing here is very simple. Like, Matt Lauer didn't commit any crimes because had he would have been charged. So he was never charged with rape. He was never charged with sexual assault. He was never charged with any of those things. And in a world where we literally charged the president of the United States with a rape of a woman from 30 years earlier that nobody witnessed and there was no DNA evidence with, like, somebody should be charged. You know what I mean? Like, if like my basic here is like, why would Matt Lauer not be charged if it was rape? Why did we not see criminal charges? Why did this man not do jail time? Like, why didn't we get a court case? Like, where is it, right? The fact of the matter is like every single one of those sexual encounters was consensual. And that's it. It was consensual, workplace people. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I feel like we talked about this at some point somewhere else, but E. Jean Carroll accused President Trump of rape. And this story, this is one of those things that just really got me. And so here's where I'm at with this. So the state of New York had a law that was put into place, which allowed the statute of limitations to, like, I can't remember if it was be completely gone or like extend even further. Okay. But they made a law that would allow victims of rape or sexual assault to not have to abide by a statute of limitations. A woman by the name of E. Jean Carroll championed for this change with a bunch of other people, and they changed the law so that you could essentially come in and accuse anybody, no matter how long, of rape. Within, I believe, one business day of this law being passed by Democratic lawmakers in the state of New York, E. Jean Carroll started a lawsuit against Trump for what she said was rape in a Neiman Marcus fitting room. Okay. And this was leading in to the presidential election. And I know everybody doesn't like to talk about this, but President Trump was charged with a litany of quote unquote crimes throughout different states. And he was the first president to be charged with these things, like-minded things, multiple times. Like, this had never, ever happened in the history of our country where a former president was facing charges. Like, you just never have seen it before. Okay, ever. And they got him in court on all of these different things. By the way, just so you know, none of it ever panned out for them. But the rape one was so orchestrated. And so E. Jean Carroll, so she accuses them of meeting and him raping her inside a Neiman Marcus fitting room. And I just want you to know that before this story came out, before she did this lawsuit, years before, there is an episode of Law and Order SVU. Okay. And in the episode, a woman accuses I believe a judge of raping her in a Neiman Marcus fitting room. I wish I was kidding about that, but I'm not. I saw it on a thread on Reddit, and I looked for the clip forever and ever and ever, and I found it. And I'm pretty sure, I have to go look, but I think I have it saved somewhere. But it was like, basically, I was on Wikipedia, and like every single episode of SVU is on there, and I found the episode, and it is basically like the exact same story. What are the chances that there is like a story on SVU where a woman is claiming that she got sexually assaulted inside? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just don't know. I'm sus about everything. I'm sus about everything. Yeah, there's so much with that. I know. Anyway. It's a very tricky situation for. Oh, you have to use grape. Okay. Thank you. It's just a very tricky situation where women can't talk about this. I don't know. I can't imagine I'm doing myself any favors by bringing these things up. I remember that interview on Anderson. E. Jean Carroll is crazy. I followed E. Jean Carroll on Twitter and she followed me briefly. Like I followed her and very shortly after, like same day, she followed me and then she unfollowed me. It's very strange. Very strange. Okay, I will change my language. Is there stuff going on in the chat I need to know about? In my opinion, review our sus. I feel you should. Okay, chat is good. I don't know. I'm trying to read some comments. I don't like to get too heavy into the political thing. I sometimes I go all in on statements and things, and I realize I can't say all of the things I really want to say. I shouldn't at a minimum. I can say them like at home, or I can say them like if we're out somewhere chit-chatting, but maybe, ooh, stop it. Maybe we shouldn't say all of the things. I don't know. I liked Matt Lauer. That's all. And he wasn't charged with a crime, you know? So I see Missy's been working on her kitchen. She's been painting. I saw that. It's blue. Also, there is what is this that is just hovering in the air over here? Is this a balloon? What am I looking at here? Hold on, I must investigate. Something is just hovering in the air. Oh, I think it's a balloon. Oh, it's just like a Mylar balloon, helium balloons just floating. Hi. I see. Hi. She's still in Puerto Rico. I have no idea when she's coming back. Not my problem. I don't know. You chose to follow her. You chose. That's the life you chose. You're on the wrong side. That's the evil side. Nothing to say about that. I said good day. Jen, come back. They miss you. I think later on I'll just crop out all the talk about sexual assault, Matt Lauer, and E.G. Carroll. It's just negative. Somebody's going to clip it. Somebody's going to say that I support all of these things. Also, Amy is in the chat. Is Amy writing in the chat? I loved your dress in your daughter's wedding with the ruffled sleeves. Also, I've noticed everybody is posting their child's wedding photos. I absolutely love it. Some of them I have screenshotted and sent to Julia. I don't know if I told you this, but the place where I found the dress that I really, really love, I just want to let you know that I did this, okay? Because it could turn into a problem later on. I ordered the dress. Okay. I showed you a picture of the dress. There is no other dress that I have found on the internet. Now, I'm not saying in real life, but on the internet that has beat this dress, that has all of the things that this dress has. If you haven't seen it, I think I posted it in Bestieverse, but it is like a crepe dress. It's got a deep V. It's got a rosette. It's got ruffles. It's got long sleeves. It's got a slit, a thigh slit. It checks off every single solitary box. And it also comes in like a litany of colors, one of which is like this perfect blue that I know will match everything going on. Now, I just want to let you know that before I go and purchase a dress on the internet, I have to do some legwork. I want to make sure, like, is this some sort of a scam place or whatever? They are everywhere. Their company is all over. You type in mother of the bride dresses, it pops up or whatever. I did find a thread on Reddit or something where it's like the quality of some of the dresses aren't that great. However, some of the quality of the dresses actually are. In particular, my dress. But that doesn't negate the fact that there are some dresses from there that are less than great. Okay. Should that have been enough to deter me from purchasing that dress? The answer is yes. I should have just said, absolutely not. We're not going to spend $200 on a dress on the internet. That, by the way, takes like a couple of weeks to get. But I could not find anything else that I liked. Now, I purchased it. I think I told you this. I got it. I got my original email saying, thank you for your purchase. This is the expected timeline because it has to be quote unquote made. I'm assuming like colored, dyed or whatever, you know. Anyway, who knows what that means. Every single day that I don't get an email back from these, not back, I'm not expecting anything. I just feel like I should be getting something and I haven't gotten anything. And I'm a little, it's in the back of my mind. Like, what if this thing doesn't show up? Do you know what I mean? What if it doesn't show? I bought it. It's coming. That's it. I think it's expected February 18th or something like that, like around in the teens. So anyway, I don't know. I got it and hopefully it comes back. And if it doesn't, then I'm going to have to go and look for things. I should be looking for things anyway. Second thing that is really fucking on my mind right now is I've got to find a place for Julia's bridal shower. I'm very sorry, but my daughter sent me suggestions like Brick Alley Pub in Newport, and I'm not spending $5,000 on a bridal shower. It's not happening. Like, it's not happening. I understand the price tag associated with my child's wedding is extraordinary, and I only have one thing I have to do is, well, two things. One, I have to make sure that the wedding is gone off without a hitch. It's my job, which I'm very much looking forward to, the day of the wedding. But number two is I've got to do the bridal shower. And I know my daughter well enough to know that it's really more about like the feel and less about the place and less about the food. It's got to be in March. It's a very specific weekend in March that we have to have it. The pressure is on. I called a couple of places. Now, this isn't that I don't have the money because, as you know, I have been earning some money from my job. But it's less about that and it's more about like everything seems very rich and expensive. Can we have something a little bit more wholesome, please, Julia? Do you know what I mean? Because I know my daughter enough to know like there's some wholesome parts of her life that I know make her. My sister's bridal shower was at the barn in Adamsville. That was always going to be the place for my children. Okay. That was always going to be it. And they fucking closed. Yes, it has to be in March. Don't get me started. I know it has to be in March because these people are going on the wedding isn't in March. The bridal shower has to be in March, because in April, they're going on their bachelorettes. And when I say going on their bachelorette, they're going away. The guys are going away and the girls are going away on 2 different weeks. One's going first, one's going second. Oh, I'm aware. March is going to be mayhem, okay? The meet and greet is on Saturday the 14th. My trip to Florida is the day after, on the 15th. And then 2 weeks later is the bridal shower. So there's that. That's March. Add in St. Patrick's Day. Although I won't be here for that. There's that. And then April, one weekend, not the first weekend, the guys go away. No. And then the weekend after that, the girls go away. And it's not even for an overnight trip. It is a 4-night trip. Right? So it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday trip for the girls, and a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday trip for the boys. So the weekends in the middle of April, I cannot have anything going on. And because some of the people in the bridal party live out of town and in other states, we were literally stuck with a specific weekend in March. Now, I have said this in the past. We must accept that this is my child's choice and what she would like, and that is it. This is what makes her happy, and that is it. Okay? If you know Julia, my daughter has been with her boyfriend since 7th grade, 8th grade. They have been waiting for this. They are the first of their friend group to get married. I am thinking, no, maybe one other person. They're the first in their high school, like in their graduating class, to get married. No, there's 2. I think there's 2. And also, Julia and Aiden are like, Julia in particular, she's very much like me. She likes to organize things. She's usually the cultivator of like things and things to do. And you know what I mean? And so like, please don't even get me started. We haven't even talked about rehearsal. Please help me. The wedding is down the Cape. Obviously, this is a quote unquote destination wedding because the wedding isn't here. It's not home. It's away. So everybody who's in the wedding has to stay down there. Okay? So there's that. And then people who are attending the wedding, some may also want to stay down there the night of the wedding. And also, you have to do the rehearsal situation. And so, as odd and crazy as it sounds, there's not a lot of places down the Cape where people can get accommodations. And so Julia and Aiden rented 2 separate Airbnbs, one for the bridal party girls and one for the bridal party boys. And they have 10 people in their bridal party each. So, including Jack and Georgia, I think. Maybe it's 9. 9 including Jack and Georgia. So they rented houses across the street from each other. So all of the bridal party can be in houses. Okay. And they paid for this for their bridal party. So the guys will be at one, the girls will be at another. And I think we're going to do the rehearsal dinner at one of the houses because it's on the beach and it has a big, I mean, these houses are like, I don't even want to get into it. It's just extra. It's like $900 a night. So these houses are not more than that. They're more than $900. What am I talking about? It's like $1,300 a night. It's just nuts. It's just fucking nuts. Don't the bridesmaids typically do the shower? I'm not sure, but the bridesmaids are actually responsible for this fucking trip. They're going to, where are they going? They're going to Charleston. The girls are going to Charleston. The boys are going to Vegas. So they are all that they can do to plan the Charleston trip. So I am doing the bridal shower. I'm happy to do it. But I just would like it to be a little bit more nostalgic. So I have an idea about a place that is nostalgic to Julia and memorable. It is going to require, I believe, some sort of catering situation. I don't know if they bring in the food or they have a caterer or if I would have to have that. I don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? So I've got to take a look at that. Charleston is your hometown. Well, my child will be there. I think she locked in. Everything is done. Photographer is done. Videographer is done. Music is done. Cake, I think might be done. Oh, I mean, I'm pretty much aware that this has to be locked in. This has to be locked in soon. Bittersweet is an option. Bittersweet is an option. Thought about it. Oh, you're stressed out about it? I am also stressed out about it. I also basically told Julia that I think this needs to be more of a brunch instead of a luncheon. Number one, financially. Number two, it's just, I would like it to cost less on food so I could spend more on like the decor and the personalization of the bridal shower. I mean, fun fact, my daughter hasn't even created a goddamn registry yet. So I could send out an invitation and I could say, how are people going to buy gifts? She hasn't even done a registry yet. It's February. How many people? Great question. So, the wedding itself, I believe, is 130. And so we're looking at like 70 invites, 70 women. And then does everybody go? I don't know the answer to that. So I have to at least say 70. I'm tired of lying to you all. I'm tired of lying to you and telling you that the wedding is all set. It's not all set. What do you want from me, Jill? I know. Believe me, I know. And like, expect 50%, fine. So let's just say we've got, right. And some of these people it's just, some of these girls are sorority girls. Some of these girls are from her when she got her bachelor's. No boys, just girls. Oh, is Jeff C going to bowling? Of course. Yes. 100%. What do you mean you don't invite every woman? If you're invited to the wedding, you don't get invited to the bridal shower? Wait, what? Morning rat house. Meow, 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 meow. Can you tell Toy that I need to talk to her? I need a sexy song for Bunny After Dark. I thought you invite everybody. What do you mean? Oh my God. Everybody's saying no? 222 people. Listen. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea. I can tell you, Julia's dad called me and we were just talking about some shit. We just connect or whatever. And only close friends and family. Huh. Really? I don't know. Bridal showers for anyway, thank you for asking ChatGPT. Showers only close friends and family. Okay, well, at a minimum, the fucking bridal party has 9 women. So then, okay, so let's walk through this. Let's do it together in real time. So there's the 9 people in the bridal party, like bridesmaids, okay? And whatever. So there's 9. Julia makes 10. Me, TT, 12. Mima, 13. Aiden's mom, 14. Aiden's grandma, 15. Ron's sister, 16. Ron's sister-in-law, 17. That's just the basic immediate family. That's 17. Okay? So there's that. I didn't know. I don't know. Yes, Jessica, I'm burdening all of you with this stress now. First of all, I just want to I will say I'm going to revisit this I'm going to revisit this with you all and let you know. But I will most likely ask Julia to take a look at the list and tell me who she wants there. And she is going to have a hard time saying no. Some people just might not go. Oh, don't forget Jack's girlfriend, Abby. Correct. So now we're up to 18. That's just the immediate family. We're not even talking about aunts. No, we don't talk to Jeff's family. They're not invited. The chat is full anxiety now, 100%. Auntie Deb's my +1 to the wedding. I'm not kidding. Is Jeff C going to Vegas? The verdict is still out. I think there was a point where Jeff really wanted to go, and now Jeff is very worried that he is going to be a supervisor and chaperone, and Jeff does not want to do that. Bridal shower, more gifts. Julia doesn't need more gifts. Certain people are uninvited to the wedding on my husband's side. They just were never invited. I know that's piqued people's interest. Get a food truck for the bridal shower. I have an idea for the bridal shower location. I am waiting to hear back from that. But yeah, baby daddy family. Well, Julia's dad's family is his sister and his sister-in-law. And that's it. He doesn't have a very big family. So yes, they're included in it. But I can't tell you what I'm thinking about for the bridal shower, but like it'll all make sense when I say it. I'm just not going to say it because number one, I don't want people to do it or whatever. But I have a really great idea. Not a great idea. I've already talked to them about it. What was I going to say? Oh, Ron and I were talking and he was asking me about we were just talking wedding stuff or whatever. And we were talking about security, about who he got to do security for the wedding or whatever. And he has a couple of two guys that are going to do it, who are just going to be there handling stuff, both former cops. One does security, I think, at one of the casinos or something like that. But we were talking about wedding things, and he was like, how much is the tab for the open bar that they added to this wedding? And I said, I thought it was in the range of blah, 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 blah. And he's like, I'm just going to pay that. And I was like, I just really don't think you should do that. And I've known Ron since 1998. And I am telling you that there is nothing that Ron likes to do more than to be that person in a room that picks up the tab for people. That is his love language. He will bitch about it afterwards to like whoever he's with. Like he would bitch to me. Like, I fucking spent all this money, blah, blah, blah. But there is nothing that Ron likes to do more than to flaunt his wealth by buying beverages for people. He did it at Julia's Sweet 16. We threw a Sweet 16 for her at a restaurant. It was just like a dinner, and he paid the open tab for all the drinks. When we lived together, we'd be at a bar after like dinner, and he would just be like, get the whole bar round of drinks on me. It's just his thing. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't care if people don't know. He doesn't care. It is his love language. It's his style. It's pride. It's a thing for him. He was so poor growing up that he just likes to flaunt his money like that. So now I can already tell he's like shuffling around for the price on the, when I was like, I'm not sure. Like, I don't really know. Like, let's just leave it at that. So yeah, that's what he was talking about, the open bar situation. I personally think that the open bar situation is going to be a problem just for a couple of other reasons. We'll see how it goes. We'll see. I was with them when we discussed, because remember we went to the venue to go over the food and to try all the food and discussed everything. They discussed the appetizers. They discussed what they were like, watching them pick what they were going to do. And they talked about the open bar. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like, they give you options for the open bar. It's like for just the reception part, it's a couple hours after, or there's a cap or whatever, blah, 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 blah. No, this is, it's the worst case scenario. It is open bar the whole time with whatever you want. So there's that. No, there is no time limit. There is no time limit. That's the other thing. Almost everybody is staying down there. I think it's 10,000. That's the number. I think that they were saying that it would possibly run. Yeah, it's going to be insane. It is going to be psychotic. Yeah. I really, just so that you know, I really try to bring Julia back to a simpler space, just so you know. You know what I mean? Like, I really keep trying to reground her on all of these things. And I'm not saying like I do it like I say no to everything. I just always pull back and I say, how does this feel? Not how does this look? How is this thing going to feel? How is that going to feel about the wedding? What do you want that to feel like? Will that have nostalgia? Will that have meaning? Do you know what I mean? So, and in the beginning, I think maybe it came off a little wrong. I just worry about like the balance of it, because Julia is a very balanced kid. You know what I mean? She's not a rich kid. Like, we're not a rich family, but she definitely has a style and the way that she likes to do. I mean, all of these parts about Julia come from her father. Like, she has been raised by this man who, like I just explained, like his love language is buying things like this. But balance that also with somebody like me who, I shop at Savers, you know what I mean? And I also see like that part of my daughter, her personality now as well. Like, she called Georgia on Saturday of last week and she's like, do you want to go to Savers with me? Like, she owns her own home now. So she's a little different. She doesn't go to Starbucks anymore. She makes coffee and tea at home, or she goes cheap and goes to Dunkin'. Like, she's getting it. You know what I mean? But she just will not compromise on the wedding side of this. She wants it to be a certain way. And also Aiden does too. He's equally to blame for this. Yeah, I did say 10K for the bar. Correct. I am actually fully 100% excited about this now. I know that I imposed upon you all some serious anxiety about the things that need to be done. I'm just saying that I'm excited now. I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy. I'm all in. I wish they had waited a year. I wish they hadn't. Julia like graduated with her master's in May. They bought a house in November. Oh, I'm sorry. She graduated with her master's, and the same month she got engaged. Less than 6 months later, they bought a multi-unit family home, and they're landlords, and they are having a wedding all in less than a little over a year. I would have preferred we wait a little bit and stretch this stuff out. I'm very grateful that my other children have nothing crazy going on right now. So I think a signature cocktail, I think they said something about that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. I'm just really looking forward to the little mini lobster rolls that are part of the hors d'oeuvres section during the reception part of it, like the drink and reception part of it. I'm very excited about the little mini lobster rolls. There's a big discussion. There's currently a big discussion right now on shrimp cocktail. The way that they're described is, how many shrimp cocktail do you want? Right? So you got this many people, how many shrimp cocktail? You got 130 people. Do you have 500 shrimp cocktail? Do you have 1,000 shrimp cocktail? The way the discussion is crazy. Like, literally part of the shrimp cocktail discussion has been like, they're talking about Jeff, and Jeff is like, when I eat shrimp cocktail, I just eat them. I just eat one right after another, right after another. So like, apparently people who eat shrimp cocktail love to eat shrimp cocktail. No, they're cold shrimp. No. Do you want to know what the shrimp are? The shrimp are in a boat. There is a fucking wooden boat, a big ass wooden boat that gets filled with ice, and the shrimp go on the boat. Okay? It's insane. It's insane. There is a raw shrimp boat. There's a boat. Okay? It's cute. But it's a fucking boat. So it's like, how many shrimp? But then it's like, if you like shrimp cocktail, you eat a lot of shrimp, but not everybody likes shrimp cocktail. How do you decide? And they're not cheap. I know. The chokehold the shrimp cocktail conversation has on people right now is just nuts. It's just, yes, the shrimp cocktails. Did I say they're raw? They're, yeah, shrimp cocktail. It's like cooked shrimp, but they're cold. There's all sorts of things. There's chicken teriyaki skewers. I think they did sliders. I think they did, I don't know. It was just the mini lobster rolls for me. They're half the size of a regular lobster roll. They're mini. Sounds great. People don't know what shrimp cocktail is? That's crazy. Bacon wrap scallops are the best. There are none of those. I remember the chicken teriyaki skewers. Oh, I think are there mini crab cakes? It's something else. I don't remember. I just remember the boat. And then when we went into the room to look at the room itself, the boat was in there and they were using it for something else coming up or something like that. So the Cuban cigars at your first wedding, I don't know if you said this last time. I have thought about that. I mentioned it to Julia. I also cannot talk about it, but I have a special idea for something for her dad. And so we're working on that as well. That I hope we can pull off. So that's that. We have a girl that is coming to where we are staying. She's friends with TT. She is coming to do our makeup. Me, Georgia, Mima, Jack's girlfriend. So everybody is getting what's for dinner. Oh my God, it's insane. It's filet mignon as one choice. And then there is a chicken second choice. The potatoes, fucking ridiculous. The vegetables, ridiculous. We went for a menu tasting and it's just unreal. What are the wedding favors? There is no photo booth, unfortunately. The music took up too much money. There was a very specific thing that my daughter wanted for music and her fiance wanted, and it exasperated their budget for entertainment. And so that's it. And it is 100% worth it. They hired a band that is just the fucking best band in the world. I can't believe it. So hold on, let me think about this. What was I just going to say? Somebody asked a question. Food. Trying to think. Somebody just asked a question and I was we cannot have strangers at Julia's wedding. It is the worst case scenario for her. She's so nervous about all the other drama. Oh, wedding favors. Thank you. I think, and we just pretty much sealed the deal on this. I'm not even really sure. So she wants oyster shells that are decorated. So she went to Nantucket and she got an oyster shell, and it is decorated on the inside with hydrangeas, and then it's trimmed in gold around the outside of the oyster shell, and she keeps her rings in it. And I think TT also has one of those, and I'm not really sure where. So my thing is, like, she wanted that to be the gift. She wanted you to get a oyster shell that was like of an either hydrangea or nautical vibe on the inside. But then while searching for these online, we found that they also some people have used these as seating charts. So they're very popular in cave gift shops. So some people have put the person's name on the inside, and you can print the person's name in whatever font you want on like a thin piece of paper, and then you can put it hodgepodge style onto the shell. So then does that turn into an actual, like, if the person's name is on it, is that still like a gift? Do you know what I mean? Like, I guess that's currently I'll ask the chat. So if it's an oyster shell that you can use as like a ring holder, or you can put a magnet on the back of it and it can go on your refrigerator, and then we could put a drawing of the venue or something, or we could put the date of like, I don't know. Like I've been to a wedding where you get a shot glass and there, like, I just don't know. Can that be the gift as a favor? Should it be a magnet? Should it be a ring thing? Like, if it's a magnet, then we get a magnetic board, and then we put them all on the magnetic board, and then we put a thing at the top that says table 1, and then your name is underneath it. Do you know what I mean? And I think that's the way we're going. I just didn't know if it has your name on it, is it really still like a favor? You know what I mean? But I think she sold on those things. But then if they're not the table seating thing, then we would have to come up with a table thing now too. You know what I mean? Can you make the name removable? Great question. I thought about that as well. So do we actually decorate them, stick the name on it, like do the stickers clear with the names on it? We can get anything printed. And horizon wedding chart, wedding horizon chart. And then you can take the name off, and then you have it as a magnet, or you have it as a ring thing. They're gorgeous. Like, they are absolutely gorgeous. I love the idea. Can we make them? We can. I think based on where we're at with all of the other things, we cannot do it. We will just buy them and then do the extra step of adding the names or the tables. We have seating chart situations because Julia is a control freak. I saw this really great idea online, and we did it. You get paper plates, and then you get clothespins, wooden clothespins, and you write every guest's name on a clothespin, and then you clip them around the plate. And that's like table 1, table 2, table 3. And then if you want to move people around based on them attending or not attending, you just unclip the clothespin and you move it to another table. So it, like, you don't have to actually like write it down, and it's like a living, breathing document, but it's just, so you take paper plates and you just write table 1 in the middle, and then you clip so I bought all that stuff for her. No, it's not paper plates. It's just at home. It's just, it's for us to decide like where people sit. Julia's colors. It's blue, hydrangea blue. The flowers are hydrangeas and roses. So light blue hydrangeas with white roses. I think also some white hydrangeas in there. Gifts for the wedding party. I don't know what that looks like, but I do know for when she asked them to be in the wedding and when he asked the guys to be in the wedding, they all got unbelievable gifts. Crazy gifts. Crazy, crazy gifts. Yeah. So there's that. I don't think they get anything else. They get their accommodations. And I think, as crazy as this sounds, I think Julia is paying for the hair or makeup. I'm not really sure. I don't know. This whole thing is giving me anxiety. I have a lot to do. A lot to do. Yeah, the paper plate thing, I saw it online somewhere. Some girl had it and I was like, this is, yeah, my Instagram feed, my algorithm is like half all of the stuff I watch and half wedding stuff now. Oh, I don't think I should get a mother of the bride gift. No, thank you. Just to get through this with no drama and no problems. And that's that. Funeral ladies here, good morning. I just want to remind everybody, while Funeral Lady is a great admin of our Facebook page and she is always here in the chat, Amy is a business owner. She owns Silva Funeral Home in Taunton. Amy was one of the first sponsors of the Jess Machado show, continues to be. And I know, like, if you're my generation, like we don't do wedding planning. We don't do funeral planning or like end of life planning the way that our grandparents did. It's almost like it's just stopped altogether. But a proper conversation about some basics is something that you can have. And Amy is like, I don't know if it comes off here about what kind of a person Amy is, but like she basically breaks the ceiling as far as like what funeral directors are like. Okay. So Amy is like a hippie, but she is a funeral director, funeral homeowner. Like she is like a hippie. Okay. She likes going to like concerts and she's very zen and she knits and she is the opposite of what you think about a funeral director or a funeral home owner. She's just not that. And so I just felt like I needed to share that. Like Funeral Lady is the name here, but like it might as well just be like Zen funeral hippie lady. Like it's just very, very, she skis. Like she is just very, very not what you think. Funeral Lady, I know that she likes it because that's her TikTok name is Funeral Lady. You should follow her on TikTok. But like she's anything but a funeral lady. Like she's completely opposite of Funeral Lady. She's like cool, normal funeral lady. I don't know how else to say it. I was thinking about that this morning. I don't know why. Because I was in Bestieverse and she like does such a great job with that. But like, I don't know. She's just very, she is hysterical. You know who loves Funeral Amy? Jeffrey. Jeffrey loves Funeral Amy. Jeff loves Amy. Yes, the anxiety is getting real. Trust me. I know. I do want to address that I have seen many people ask about a Amazon wish list for Julia and her wedding. I do not know how I feel about that. I don't know how Julia would feel about that. So my followers are a very unique lot of people. You all gift me wonderful things. And to be quite honest with you, everything that has been sent to me is memorable in some way. It's thoughtful. It makes sense. It's like, I don't know. I can't really think of anything that anybody has sent to me that didn't like have some sort of like feeling or emotion attached to it. Right. Like there's nothing that like, it's so much so that like, I could never throw any of this stuff away. Like I keep, you know, I don't always have a place to put it all, but I keep it all in my office now. Like it's all like, to me, it's about like the show and the connection and all of these things like that. Okay. And so I don't even know how to explain it. Like I got two pairs of bunny socks Like I gave one to Georgia, but I kept the other one and I don't use it. Like it's probably the worst case scenario for me because I am a mini hoarder, but like, so everything I know people don't understand it. I know like the KMS people don't understand it. I know like there are people don't get it, but like I have like a very generous group of followers, and I also have like I have connections with people who then it manifests itself into things. So with that being said, like it seems okay and normal that everybody would be like, let us do a wish list for Julia. Like I saw it in the chat today, but I also got a couple of texts about it as well. And I don't know if it's the same person, but I have to ask Julia about how she feels about that, if that makes sense. I appreciate it. And believe me, it would be nobody appreciates the Alex and Ani bracelets that have been sent like Georgia does. Like these are her bracelets. She wears them every day. She has got a stack. Like, it's not like nobody's trying to grift over here, but like, I don't know. Like these things are just like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like it makes our life better, these things with thought or whatever. So I do use some things, but some things I keep as like mementos. Like, so we got 2 pairs of bunny socks. I gave one pair to Georgia. She wears them, but I didn't want to use mine. I used my bunny stocking. Somebody sent me a stocking with bunny. I used that. I'm trying to think of other things. The Trump, I got Post-it. I use those. Like some things are slowly integrated into my life. And you have to also keep in mind, I'm not a consumer. Do you know what I mean? And so like I'm not saying it's very rare that I have new, quote unquote, new things in my house. I don't have a lot of like things, you know what I mean? I don't have expendable income. So let me just say, like, if you go to Walmart every week and you don't have expendable income, you're not shopping in an aisle and you're like, oh, maybe I'll get these pens and these Post-its. Like, no, you use old stuff you have. You use just things that you have. Like you don't buy new things. So a lot of the unboxings have brought into my world a lot of new things. And so I am not used to that. And so like the Trump cutting board has been brought down to the kitchen, but I don't want to use it. The tray that someone sent me, the one that has the ceramic pieces on it, it was in the kitchen and Julia asked if she could borrow it because she was having friends over for the Super Bowl and it had a little football thing. And I said, yes, please be careful with it. So I have a little bit of a hard time integrating all of the things. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense. So I don't know. The verdict is out on that. I will ask Julia what she thinks about that. I appreciate that people would like to do that, but I have to think about that. I have to ask her. Okay, it is 9:57. We are almost getting on to 2 hours. It's Wednesday. It's Bunny After Arc Day. It's Bunny After Dark Day. We still have a little bit of work that we need to do for the show. I need to touch base with Auntie Deb. I also have to work on some stuff. Oh, okay. So wait, before we go, Romy, we can't go to Savers. I don't have a bra on. Listen, I have to tell you, we have a little bit of, okay. Do you remember? You might not remember this. Yesterday, right? I did the show. Let me think about this. What was I talking about? Oh, remember I was talking about politics? Remember I was talking about politics yesterday, right? And I was talking about like, I was in a bad mood because somebody pulled papers or whatever. So raise your hand if you were here for that. Were you here for that yesterday? Okay, you were here. No, we can't today. Today we have on an old pair of tie-dye sweatpants and a Hampton Beach bright blue sweatshirt. This cannot be seen in public. So were you here yesterday? Okay, thank you. So you were here yesterday. So the majority of what I was saying yesterday was about the politics overall, right? I am sure absolutely nobody would sit here, and those of you who watch all the time, nobody is going to say yesterday, Jessica Machado did a whole segment on Holly McNamara. Okay. So while I was talking about the politics, it came up the way that I discussed about voting responsibly. And I said, look what happened in the town of Somerset. We had a girl by the name of Holly McNamara. Holly McNamara got elected here after moving away, coming back because she had a dad who was a teacher who was very popular. I said she was a cheerleader. She was like, she did the baton thing or whatever. And like, she was like popular in high school. And she went to college away. She stayed away. She came back. She ran for office and everybody voted for her and she won. And she won a second time with no opposition or whatever. But as time went on, people recognized that she actually was not equipped to lead. She was not equipped to be a good selectman. It was actually a disaster. Okay. I think I did a podcast yesterday. This morning thing was 2 hours, right? The amount of time I spoke about Holly McNamara was about 60 seconds, and it was not even really about her. It was actually a bigger conversation about elected officials and politics. She just so happened, I could have, instead of Holly's name, I could have used Jamison Souza's name, or I could have used anybody in Fall River. It was not specifically about Miss McNamara, okay? Later on in the day, I got a group chat of a screenshot of Holly McNamara posting about me. And it is like this very crazy, not crazy, whatever. She's like, I am so tired. This person won't stop. She's got 44,000 followers. This is a problem, right? She puts up this whole post. So I'm like, it just wasn't about you. It wasn't about you. And the same old characters liked the post, right? There's like maybe a dozen people across social media, maybe 25 people that support what she's saying or whatever. Why is everybody writing sound? Is there no sound? Sound is low. Why? Hear me? No, I'm holding my phone now. I took it out of the thing. Tell me if you can hear it. What happened? That's weird. Huh, that's strange. Interesting. All right, I'll put it right here for now. Okay. Maybe because the car shut off. I'm not sure. So anyway, I don't know how far back I went and I would have to go back to it. But so over the course of the whole podcast yesterday, the whole show, I spoke about Holly McNamara literally for about 60 seconds. And also, like I said, it could have been completely like interchanged with any other person. I could have said Holly, I could have said Jamison Souza, I could have said anybody who has like some sort of like connection or whatever, right? My phone's on Do Not Disturb, so I'm not really sure. So okay, so she's got 44,000 followers and this is a problem. And she just made this big, huge deal out of it. And I just want to let you know, Holly, if you're listening today, that it wasn't really about you. And you don't get 44,000 followers on X or 10 on YouTube if people aren't interested in what you have to say for whatever reason. 44,000 people, as you said, isn't a fluke. It's not a fluke. You know what I mean? It's built. So the way that she says it's like a problem and stuff like that, it's like, well, it's like something has to be done about it. You know what I mean? And so
as I said, I don't know if you heard, but like, there's like 20, 25 people who comment, who support her, a dozen people who are like, oh, we don't like her or whatever, blah, blah, blah. Well, Jen Altman is now friends with Holly. And so 2 of the worst women in the world have now joined forces. And I guess somebody sent me a screenshot. I can't see it, but said that she has been posting that in Jen Altman's group for like 3 times and like seeking validation and wanting to have her thoughts and feelings validated. And so I didn't talk about Holly yesterday. Again, it wasn't really about her. It was an interchangeable thing, but I just want to say one thing. Last year during our election in town, Holly McNamara made an accusation across her social media platform, which is much smaller than mine, that I was responsible for writing a letter about our fire chief, Scott Jepson, who passed away. And the letter basically said that Scott Jepson killed himself because he found out that his wife was cheating on him with the chief of police. Okay. If you can't absorb that, I can't delve into it anymore. But that was an accusation that Holly McNamara publicly levied against me during the election last year because my friend Todd was running for selectman. And so in an attempt to slander Todd and to help him lose votes, she did a live stream from her Facebook page. And she said that I was responsible for a letter that got sent. Oh, you don't know this? Do you guys not know this? This was definitely before I started the show. It's a very sensitive subject, and out of respect for Scott Jepson, I don't like to talk about it much. Okay. Oh, we don't talk about this. Okay. Do we save it for Bunny After Dark tonight? I don't want to save it for Bunny After Dark because it kind of feels like then you make it into a thing, and it's a sensitive subject, and so you don't want to make it a thing. I have told this story, John Eric's Erica. Some of you know it and some of you don't know it. So I'm going to give you just a very abbreviated version of this situation. Okay. Just very, very, very abbreviated, but we should probably get into it in another time. So here in Somerset, we had a police chief. His name was George McNeil. And we had a fire chief and his name was Scott Jepson. Scott Jepson killed himself tragically. And there was not a lot of discussion in our community about it. He shot himself. And it was very tragic. There are many people that loved him and cared for him, and he was a wonderful chief. I had no connection to Scott Jepson outside of I was his banker at Bank of America. And so he used to come in all the time, sometimes every day. And I knew him from the bank. That's my connection to Scott Jepson. It's the only thing I knew about him. I knew he had sold a house. Actually, I knew he bought a house, and he bought a house while he had not sold his other house. And he came into the bank finally after the first house closed with a check, and he needed to establish some different accounts for it. And I helped him with that. And it's just very, very nice guy. Just don't know him beyond anything. Never saw him outside of the bank. But I interacted with him at the bank pretty much every day. He'd always go to the ATM. I don't know why. And he'd always say hi. But I was also his banker for assisting with other accounts or whatever. So Scott killed himself, and it was tragic, but I knew really nothing about it. And it's a very interesting thing when you live in a community and you have a community leader like that passes away, but you don't have a real connection to. You just kind of keep your head down, and you just, you're sad. And it's, there are people in the community that are grieving, but there's also this other part of it where he killed himself, and there's, you know, he has a child and a wife. And so you just keep your head down and that's it. You know what I mean? It wasn't discussed. There wasn't a lot of talking about it. And before you knew it, nobody was talking about it. And everybody was just, quite frankly, and I know this now, suffering in silence. And that's coming from directly from firemen in the department, just suffering in silence. Fast forward to, I think 2 years later, I'm in court, and Sean Aguirre is trying to get a restraining order against me. And in the morning, and I told this story, but very briefly anyway, to make a long story short, Sean Aguirre, who was having an affair with the chief of police at the time, and that is coming directly from the chief of police's wife, not the fireman who killed himself, but the chief of police, his wife and I, who are still friendly, she told me that this girl, Shauna, was having an affair with her husband, who is the chief of police. Shauna is trying to get a restraining order on me, and I get a packet of evidence the day of the hearing. And in the packet of evidence, there was a letter, and the letter was written to no one in particular. It was essentially to stakeholders in the community of Somerset. And it it said that Scott Jepson killed himself because just a couple of weeks before he did, he found out that his wife was having an affair with the chief of police. Now, I just told you, Shauna was having an affair with the chief of police, but this letter didn't insinuate, it stated that he killed himself because his wife was caught sleeping with the chief of police. This letter, apparently, I never heard of it until this day. After the fact, I found out had been sent to the fire department, the town administrator, the police department, Sean Aguirre. All of these people got this letter. I can tell you, like, as a person on the ground here, like in the community, like, I didn't hear about it when it happened. Nobody I knew had gotten a copy of it. It just was something that apparently some people in town were talking about, and just regular people like me knew nothing about, until Sean Aguirre put it in the evidence packet, and she testified that she had proof that I sent it. And I was like, I don't even know what this is. I never heard of this until today. I did not write this. I would not be privy to this information. This has nothing to do with me. Like, I'm not even talking like it's nothing to do with me, right? Which I testified to under oath that it had nothing to do with me. So fast forward to several years later, last year, when my friend Todd Costa, who replaced George McNeil as police chief, retired and is running for selectman, Holly McNamara brings up this letter in an attempt to get the fire department people in town to vote for her candidate, who is also a former cop in town. And basically let a whole new group of people in our community, number one, know about the letter, and number two, tell them it was me. And we thought about it from a campaign perspective. Do we address it? Do we talk about it? Do we issue a statement? I will tell you, the day that this video came out and Holly put this video out and was talking about it, I got several messages from people that were not nice. And I woke up in the morning, and I will never forget, it was my anniversary, and it was the day of the Karen Reed fundraiser in Fall River. And Amy, funeral lady, believe it or not, purchased me a ticket. That morning, I woke up to this being all over social media. And I can't tell you the last time I cried that badly. Like, I was pretty distraught. I always felt that there was just a small group of people that like knew about the letter and that I was accused of it, but this was making its way all around social media in like a very devastating way. And there were members of the fire department who were discussing it online on Holly's post and saying disparaging things about me. And there were people inboxing me privately. There were people that were inboxing my friends and saying these things about me. And You all know how I feel. You can call me fat. You can say I have jacked teeth. You can say all of the things you want. There are very few things that people can say that can really get to me. And this really, really got to me. I was accused of being the person who wrote the letter. And it was so upsetting to me that everybody in town, and it was everywhere. It was everywhere. I was so distraught. Like I was so upset. I woke up and I just pulled on my clothes and I drove to the police station, and there is body cam video footage of this. I was recorded. So if just thought of that, if 5150 put in a request for police reports, I forgot about that, but that's in there. I was pretty much beside myself. I remember being in the room with the cops, and I was saying, you know, is there anything that can be done? Can this get taken down? You know, this is got to be some form of like harassment, or like it's causing me such like grief. I remember I had so much snot running down my face. They kept giving me paper towels from like a paper towel holder, and it was just snot everywhere. I was so distraught. And there was just no way I could. They actually said, why don't you put up a post on Facebook to counterpoint it? And it felt so disgusting to me to even write about it that that didn't even seem like an appropriate way to handle it. And so it was pretty bad. I ultimately didn't go out for my anniversary. We were going to go for dinner, and then we were going to go to the fundraiser. I didn't even go. I was just like, I couldn't even be seen in public. That's the best way to describe it. I could not be seen in public for fear that everybody that was looking at me thought I was responsible for writing a letter to members of the community accusing the fire chief of killing himself because his wife was sleeping with our police chief. This is just crazy. And so I didn't want to be seen. And, you know, it took me a couple of days to get over that. And I will tell you, the following week, my husband and I decided to go to dinner to the Comfort Zone. And like, somebody brought it up to me there. And it was just like, very hot in the face, like very uncomfortable, like whatever. So here's why I said this. Because Holly McNamara accused me of being behind that letter and saying I admitted to it under oath or whatever, and put this video out, I just want to let you know, for the rest of my fucking life, if I want to bring up that cunt, I can bring her up, and I will bring her up if I want to. Bringing her up yesterday was not it was not about that. I just happened to need like an example of like a politician who was elected on their name. She put up like what, and she puts this huge post about me talking about her dead dad. I didn't talk about your dad being dead, but by the way, like many people have dads that died. Like it for the rest of my life, I have now given I have a card that I can slam down on a table and use and say, you know what? I have every right to talk about this woman however I'd like because of what she actually did to me. By saying a complete lie in my own community and attempting to ruin my reputation because of it. So while yesterday was not like one of those times, today is, but I have the right to do that. She has never redacted it. She actually took it down and then put up another post and said, like, I understand it was upsetting people. And this is also another really interesting thing that occurred from this. I was at an event, I was at a meeting in town at the library, and the fire department came to check on one of our elderly citizens who was at the meeting. And I pulled the firefighter aside and I was like, I just want to let you know, like, this wasn't me. And I said, can I just talk to you for 5 seconds? And that's like very out of like character for me, because like, I don't ever feel the need to like correct myself. Like I basically exist. Either you like me or you don't. But because of the sensitive nature to this situation, like I felt compelled to like talk to this person, right? And I saw him there and I said to him, you know, I just want to tell you like this wasn't me. And I wanted to look him in the eye and say, I would never do that. I had no connection to this. And I would never pour the salt on the wound of the fire department by exploiting such a bad situation for anything. And I felt like he got it. I felt like he got it, right? And I just want to say that his wife at the time, and she may be listening this morning because she's a fan now and she listens. She at the time sided with Holly on this. And after the fact, later on, I'm not saying saw the light, but she kept an open mind and listened to me and other things. And she has since, like, she apologized to me. And I could cry about it because I know who this person is. I know her husband. And, you know, she was always somebody in the community who I felt like could easily have gotten involved in the drama, but she never did. You know what I mean? And when I saw her like kind of go at me, I was a little upset by it, but never to the point where I would ever reach out. I'm not like Jen Altman. Like if you don't like Jen Altman or you say something, like Jen Altman's going to reach out to you, right? Like I would never do that. It was just one of those people where I was saddened that they sided with Holly on this and didn't see the truth for what it was. But since then, she sent me a message and she apologized to me. And I was very moved by that. And it was a very meaningful apology, which I tried to downplay, but it really meant a lot to me. And she, in some way, has become very symbolic of the things in my community, which is very good people who trusted other people who were far more popular or well known and listened to them say terrible lies about me. And eventually over time recognized that that wasn't true and then had the courage to actually admit that. And there are many people like that. And like I said, it took years for me to correct that and to correct the reputation that I had. But she's very symbolic of the many people who just took a little bit longer to get it and then actually reached out. And so I will say, whether she likes it or not, I would be a ride or die for this woman forever. If she ever needs anything, I will do it. Whatever you need, because there's just a built-in loyalty there that I don't know. It was very important to me that happened. And it made me feel validated, but not in like that, like, haha, I was right kind of way, but in the just like, thank you for like seeing me kind of way. And, so that's that. When you are like me and you're a hard bitch and you have opinions, it's a lot for people. I understand a lot of people don't get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. But when you pull through all of that, like the stuff I say is usually towards cunts, like really bad people. You know what I mean? Like I'm not out here shitting on Emily C. You know what I mean? Like it's always like when you hear me going off on a rant or on Facebook when I would be writing these diatribes, this is like directed towards people who I'm telling you are bad people. Maybe you don't know it yet, but you're going to come around to it. Case in point, Brian LTL, like I knew and I went all in on that. And now like you all have seen what he's about. You've seen what he's like. You've seen, oh my God, the mail is here. Here we fucking go. Let me try to get the mail. Hold on. This happens every time, right? Like we get mail. I don't think he dug out. I don't know. You know what it
was, but then the town came back.
And did it again.
Yeah.
I know. I probably have some stuff at the post office.
No, I've been getting.
You going over that? Don't go over that.
I'm younger. The other guy won't.
I'm going to yell at my husband. I'm going to tell him.
It's the town. He did have a nice little path.
He did.
But then the town came and plowed everybody back in. So
Sorry.
don't worry about it.
Thank you.
No problem.
Have a good day. Guys, I got an unboxing. I got an unboxing. Let's go back in the car. We're not going in. Forget it. We're just staying in the car. We're getting an unboxing. Meow, 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 meow. Hold on. Let me finish this. What did somebody send? What's in here? Hold on. Let me look at this. What is this? What are these things? Oh, Boot Barn. Did you send me a coupon? Tax documents. Mullen Jewelers. What is this? This looks like something. Hold on. Let me just open this. So sorry, I was getting really emotional, emo. The longer I stay in the car, the chances of me getting sappy and crying increase. So my husband's going to freak out. He's going to freak. He's going to be so excited. Hold on. I'll say this in a second. So listen, for the rest of my life, I reserve the right to be able to say whatever the fuck I want about Holly McNamara because she's a terrible person who lied about me. That's it. My husband got a refund for $177.50 for an overpayment of child support. Am I correct? Yes. I don't know why. Anyway. Is Phil here? Good morning, Phil. Oops, wrong way. Hold. Hold. We have an unboxing. Good morning, Phil. I'm going to be on Phil's show tomorrow morning. What time, Phil? 7:30? What's in here? Let's open. What is this? It's a note. Oh, it's a Trump bobblehead. Wait. It's a Trump bobblehead, but let's... But it has a note. 7:08 a.m. Son of a bitch. Okay, perfect. Note on a piece of paper. Hi, Jess. Enclosed is a Trump souvenir I found while on vacation in Hawaii 2 years ago. I bought it for my ailing parents. I asked my mom what she wanted me to do with it, and she said, throw it away. I would like to thank you for unblocking me on X. And I was also allowed back in the Facebook group. Oh, I know who this is. Can you please put out the recipe for your American chop suey? Of note, I subbed to LTL and Mike during Karen's trial and could only stand to listen when Bettero and you were on their shows. I have issues. Oh, the issues I'm sorry. They have, so she's put they have issues I spotted when they had no guests. I unsubbed. Also, with Nan, the minute I saw the multiple donos, I thought clearly this woman wants attention, and I pray she's not into this for worse things. Anyway, you are doing great. Please keep it up and reach for higher. Sincerely, Belinda, which is B Risket for the biscuit. So if you got kicked out of the bestie group, you can appeal to me. I understand my mods have a very difficult job and they are looking out in the best interest of all of you. And sometimes they get it right. Sometimes they get it wrong. Don't go crazy. Just like send a message and let's try again. Okay. Okay. Whisker biscuit. So anyway, that's that. And while I was on here and I was getting ready to hang up, our call, my friend who is in the Jen Altman group said Holly is in there and she is posting it. So again, like these, it just goes to show you, like Holly McNamara joining forces with Jen Altman. Now all we need is Kayla Churchill, and it's like the fucking witches trifecta. These are people that like you don't want to hang out with in real life. They're just miserable. Anyway, that's that. Can we end this now? It is 10:30. It's Bunny After Dark day. I have some things I have to prepare for. I have some things to do. By the way, what did I do yesterday when I said I was going to dye my hair and do all of these things? I did none of that. I met somebody for lunch. I had a conversation about some politics stuff. I came home and I tried very hard to clean my closet. It is problematic. I do not know when I am going to get all my clothes organized again. I don't know what to do. And then I laid down in my bed and I doom scrolled. That's it. Not even going to lie about it. Then I made dinner and then I worked on my video. Okay, can we get done now? I have to pee. That is the driving factor to what's happening here. I have to go to the bathroom so badly. I appreciate all of you. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for chatting with me. Thanks for all of the wedding things. Thanks for all of the things. Oh, you mentioned the pedicure. One of you sent me money and said, girl, go get your fucking pedicure. And I feel like that was extremely generous. It also very much reminded me of the stripper Tiani, who works at the Cadillac Lounge that I had on Bunny After Dark years ago. And she would tell me that people would send her money to go and get her nails done. And I was like, what? And she goes, yeah, like my clients would send me money and just be like, go get your nails done. And the instant I got this Venmo, I looked at that and I was just like, am I a stripper? Am I your fucking stripper? Is that what, do you guys pay me so I can like dance for you every day on these shows? Because that's what it felt like. It felt like that. I didn't hate it. I'm not saying I hated it. I'm just saying it felt like that. Girl, go get your nails done. I instantly thought of Tiani. I was like, wait, what? I feel like we have to do an anniversary. We have to do an anniversary Bunny After Dark at some point and go back and revisit those people. No Sino trip with TT. TT is working. I feel like we've got to do an anniversary special and bring back Tiani, bring back some things. Someone just said, smash that like button on the way out. Thank you for doing that. Okay, we'll come back tonight. Bun After Dark. Tonight, I have to think of my outfit. I always think of like, what's my mood? What I feel like. Remember that day I wore pajamas? Those moon pajamas? That was great. I have to think of what is my vibe? What am I feeling today? Do we want to be super casual in a sweatshirt? We tried this. That doesn't work for Bunny After Dark. We need to think. So I have some work to do. I've got to go get ready so we can have the best show ever. This is a lot. This is a fucking lot. This is 3 hours of bullshit. Thank you for the unboxing. I appreciate you all. I have to read my text. I will do that next. And I will see you all tonight. We need to do a wedding dress try-ons. Matching silky jammies. What is this? The red light special by fucking TLC. Dresses. We have work to do. Okay, I will see you all tonight. Thanks for hang up. You hang up. Hang up. You hang up. Okay, bye.